This program contains graphic content and sexual situations. Viewer discretion is advised. In 2007, a salacious sex tape is leaked and threatens to derail the budding media career of a beautiful young socialite. Instead of reacting with shame and embarrassment, she embraces the infamy and uses it to launch her career to the next level.
I think in some way, Kim Kardashian embraced that tape. I mean, you can either make it work for you or against you, and she made it work for her.
In a few short years, she creates a multi-million-dollar empire built around her gorgeous face and voluptuous curves.
She is the modern-day Marilyn Monroe. I feel like she has really changed celebrity culture.
Former Kardashian nanny Pam Behan recalls how Kim witnessed the unfolding of America's biggest celebrity scandal.
The Kardashian kids used to call him Uncle OJ. I mean, so now they're hearing that he may have killed Nicole. I mean, this was like really shocking to them.
As an adult, she makes headlines again and again.
She's got millions of fans, millions of social media followers who all just want more.
But this same willingness to share everything with her followers will put her life in jeopardy. There's no mistaking this beauty's ability to spin a scandalous event into gold. But at what cost? Meet Kim Kardashian, just another Beverly Hills socialite, until scandal made her famous. Since 2007, Keeping Up with the Kardashians has defined reality TV for an entire generation.
In the beginning, the show was about a family who was kind of famous, and that was the whole point of the show. And then now, you look at it, it's a show about a family that has built a billion-dollar empire off of a reality series.
At the center of it all is Kim Kardashian. Kim's scandalous life has been plastered across magazine covers and aired daily on gossip shows. Her springboard to fame was her infamous sex tape that was leaked in 2007.
She took the shame out of scandal, and she showed America that you could use a sex tape to become famous.
The subject of criticism by some, she has harnessed the drama in her life to create a multi-million-dollar empire.
Kim has tens of millions of followers on Instagram and Twitter. She's also got a successful mobile game called Kim Kardashian Hollywood. And besides all that, she's got a successful clothing line and also a line of beauty products.
In 2008, the social media queen was the most Googled celebrity, and her nude backside famously broke the internet in 2014.
Kim lives her life on camera, and she doesn't have a lot of privacy, but ultimately, this is the life she chose.
The Kardashians, that's their thing. They post everything so they can have the paparazzi following them wherever they are.
The Kardashians' celebrity status has its roots in one of the most famous murder trials in TV history. It's the late 1970s, and lawyer Robert Kardashian has left his Beverly Hills law firm to start his own business.
Robert Kardashian's new company makes music videos for movie theaters. More importantly, it allows him and his wife, Kris, to rub elbows with a lot of famous people.
Robert is best friends with Hall of Fame football star OJ Simpson.
Robert was there when OJ met his soon-to-be wife, Nicole Brown, and the couples became inseparable.
A year and a half after giving birth to their first daughter, Courtney, Robert and Kris Kardashian welcomed Kim on October 21st, 1980. Uncle OJ is a constant welcomed presence.
Hey, you ready to go?
I'm good, yeah.
Where is my little Kimmy?
Hey, look, Kimberly, it's your Uncle
There
Juice.
she is.
She adorable?
Robert and Kris eventually have 4 children. But after nearly 13 years of marriage, the couple divorce in 1991. Only 1 month after the divorce is final, Kris marries former Olympian Bruce Jenner.
Kim and her siblings lived with their mother, but she wasn't always the easiest person to live with.
She was a perfectionist, and she expected perfection. She vents, she says what's on her mind, she doesn't hold back.
On June 12, 1994, OJ Simpson's ex-wife, Nicole, who was also Chris's close friend, is found murdered.
The front steps of the condo were drenched in blood when police arrived. Police say they are not treating Simpson as a suspect, but they are not ruling that possibility out.
4 days later, OJ seeks refuge at the Kardashian family home. Distraught and suicidal, OJ winds up in Khloe's bedroom, pointing a gun to his own head.
They're gonna put me in jail, man. Man, they're gonna fry me.
No. I won't let that happen. You have my word. This is my daughter's bedroom. You can't do this in my girl's room. Please. There's another way.
Although Robert is able to calm OJ down, Simpson flees when he is officially charged in the murder of his ex-wife, leading authorities on the now infamous slow-speed chase in the white Ford Bronco.
The national media followed that Bronco chase in real time, and it basically kicked off the whole 24-hour news cycle.
And Kim Kardashian, just 13, is watching from the front lines.
Go, Uncle OJ, go! Shut up, Rob. Don't want to watch this anymore. Hey, Courtney!
OJ Simpson is sitting in
Wow,
the back
it's on
seat,
every freaking
and he has a
station.
gun
Of course
at
it
his
is.
head,
Uncle OJ is famous.
presumably
Everyone
the
always wants to see what
officers in
famous
those,
people do.
4 cars that are...
The Kardashian kids used to call him Uncle OJ. I mean, so now they're hearing that he may have killed Nicole. I mean, this was like really shocking.
Robert Kardashian comes to his friend's defense and becomes part of OJ's dream team of lawyers in the murder trial of his ex-wife.
It was the trial of the century, and we all know all the lines. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. And it seems like everyone was looking for the knife that killed Nicole Brown Simpson.
Is it ironic that the OJ Simpson trial, we could call that America's first reality TV show, and it's also the first time we ever heard the Kardashian name mentioned?
Even some of the people closest to OJ doubt his innocence.
Kim had doubts about OJ's innocence herself. I mean, how could she not? The entire world was watching with a magnifying glass.
It's been reported that even Kim searches the Louis Vuitton garment bag that Uncle OJ left at her father's house. She's allegedly looking for the murder weapon.
Everyone was watching that trial, and it had people just glued to their televisions, and his lawyers all became famous.
Hi, may I help you?
Hi, I'd like a table for 3, please.
I'm sorry, sir, we're completely booked.
Hey, aren't you Robert Kardashian?
Yeah, I am.
Been watching you on TV every day. Best of luck with the case.
Thank you.
Wait, you're the Robert Kardashian?
Yeah.
Mr. Kardashian, I'm sure we can find you a table. Follow me.
Over the next few years, Kim grows up in a social circle that includes the children of LA's elite.
Robert Kardashian's kids grew up knowing the movers and shakers of LA. I mean, we're talking Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie. I mean, she was already in the tribe to become a superstar.
When she was 14, Kim started dating Michael Jackson's nephew, TJ. And on his birthday, where did he take her? To Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch.
I really liked TJ. He was kind of on the quiet, shy side, always very nice and polite, good-looking kid. And as far as I could ever see, he treated Kim with great respect. They hung around a lot. I thought they were actually a very, very sweet couple.
Kim's best friend is heiress Paris Hilton.
As soon as they got home from school, they were in their room calling their friends, and a lot of times the door was closed. She did spend a lot of time in front of the mirror, though. I do remember that.
In many ways, Kim seems like a typical shallow teenager, but she's reportedly thoughtful as well.
I was a music major at Pepperdine, and one of my most memorable moments about Kim is for my senior recital, Kim had went and with her own money got me a crystal music box in the shape of a piano. That really meant a lot to me. It kind of showed the generous person that she was.
In 1999, Kim is a clothing store clerk and wardrobe stylist, hanging with a celebutante squad.
While Kim goes to all the hottest clubs and parties, she doesn't really party that much.
You never hear Kim Kardashian was wasted in public stories. And I don't suppose you can build an empire if you're always hungover.
In 2000, Kim shows her first signs of rebellion when she secretly marries producer Damon Thomas.
Kim admitted she eloped with Damon Thomas. He was 30 and she was 19.
Thomas was a pretty powerful music producer, and he worked with the likes of Faith Evans and Pink. Kim loved the lifestyle that gave her, but not everyone in her family approved.
Although divorced, Chris and Robert still co-parent their 4 children.
She's too damn young to get married.
I was 22 when we got married. What's the difference?
I was an attorney. I was successful. I was making money. This guy's a rap star.
He's a music producer, and he does really well.
He's 11 years older than Kim.
And you were 8 years older than me. Big deal.
Like most co-parents, they did argue about money and the kids, but it was on a level that most people can't even comprehend.
And Kim becomes accustomed to the luxurious lifestyle that's been afforded her.
So I was at the Viper Room last night, and the new promoter didn't recognize Paris. And he was like giving us all this attitude.
Miss, your total is $22,183 and 53 cents.
So we're like definitely not going there tonight.
Soon, Damon Thomas and Kim's marriage becomes rocky.
Hi, honey.
$22,000 shopping spree last Saturday? $22,000? Damn it, do I look like I'm made of money?
It's not all for me. I got you that shirt you really like.
That shirt was $200. You spent the rest of my money on your own selfish ass.
Well, you're always telling me that you want me to look hot, and I'm just trying to look good for you.
Then you can skip a few meals or get some damn lipo, you fat pig.
If I would have known what a loser you were, I would not have married you.
What did you just say?
You're hurting me!
Don't you ever backtalk me again. You understand?
Kim claims that Damon Thomas was mentally and physically abusive to her, but Damon 100% denies it.
In 2003, Damon Thomas files for divorce and settles with Kim for $56,000. In 2003, Kim Kardashian's beloved father, Robert, is diagnosed with esophageal cancer. Robert will pass away just 8 weeks after being diagnosed.
The death of Robert Kardashian devastated Kim and her siblings. They were really young, and he had always been a guiding force in their lives.
He kept them more grounded and with, what's important in life. And I know they miss their dad tremendously.
Devastated and fresh off her divorce, Kim Kardashian reconnects with her old pal, Paris Hilton. Their entourage, consisting of Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, and Nicole Richie, is the hottest squad on the young Hollywood party scene.
We first met Kim Kardashian on the red carpet. She would tag along with her best friend, Paris Hilton.
But back in the day, Paris was the famous one, and Kim was her pal, her assistant, who was just always photographed with her. Paris Hilton was what you were used to seeing on TV, the tall, stick, thin, blonde. And then you have Kim, who's curvy and has dark hair and is just gorgeous and different looking.
Kim and her famous friends are paparazzi darlings who crave attention.
And it was pretty common knowledge that Paris Hilton would tip off paparazzi as to where they would show up.
How did they know?
Somebody tipped them off. Who? Me, stupid.
And they would suddenly be there unexpectedly.
Then that venue can turn around and say, hey, look who hangs out here, which brings more bodies in the door and makes them more money.
So it's pretty safe to assume that Kim learned a lot from Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton's career is rocked by scandal when a sex tape featuring her and former lover Rick Solomon is leaked to the media. The video is released by an adult video company under the title One Night in Paris. Hilton and Solomon file suit against each other, but settle out of court. Hilton allegedly receives close to $400,000 in the settlement. Mere weeks after One Night in Paris is released, her new reality series, The Simple Life, co-starring Nicole Richie, premieres to over 10 million viewers. The sex tape will ultimately spawn a best-selling book, film, and TV roles. Whether by coincidence or by choice, Kim Kardashian's life will soon parallel that of her friend, Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton had her reality series back in the early 2000s called The Simple Life with Nicole Richie, and one of the episodes, Paris is giving her dog a pregnancy test, and in the background is Kim Kardashian, which is the most random thing that, 15 years ago, Kim Kardashian was in the background of someone else's reality series watching a dog take a pregnancy test, and now she's one of the most famous people in the world.
After appearing on a list of Hollywood's worst dressed, singer-actress Brandy hires Kim as her stylist. Soon after, Kim and Ray J, Brandy's musician brother, begin a passionate relationship. At the time, Ray J is more well-known than Kim.
You know what I got, Pat? Look. This is what I got, Pat.
I guess there's a lot of beautiful things to see here.
Yeah, but the scenery in here is worth seeing over and over.
Stop.
Don't you want to see what we look like together?
During a 2003 vacation to Mexico, Ray J and Kim taped themselves having sex.
Ray J shot and directed the sex tape, and afterwards he gave it to Kim for safekeeping.
Kim and Ray J will eventually split by late 2006. Their relationship may be over, but their seemingly private sex tape will not remain hidden for long. By the mid-2000s, the Kardashian clan have made a name for themselves, but it's mainly due to the scandalous company they've kept. That's when Hollywood producers come calling.
After MTV canceled The Osbournes in 2005, media personality and producer Ryan Seacrest came up with an idea to fill the gap with the larger-than-life Jenner and Kardashian family.
You have Bruce and Chris, the maid, the nanny, 4 kids, and always expect another friend or two to come home with it. It was always loud, it seemed. Like there's always lots of bodies in that house, and but never a dull moment.
Seacrest is in talks with Chris about producing a modern-day version of the Brady Bunch.
I'm just so intrigued by this whole sprawling, crazy Jenner/Kardashian clan.
Yeah, I'd say we're a hot mess.
Okay, so explain to me again, who's who?
Okay, so Bruce was married to Linda Thompson. She dated Elvis Presley, was on the show Hee Haw. And then I was married to Robert Kardashian. He was on OJ Simpson's defense team. And we had 4 kids, Courtney, Kim, Chloe, and Rob Jr. And then we got divorced.
Okay.
So then I married Bruce Jenner. And then we had 2 daughters, Kylie and Kendall.
Okay, so wait. So who dated Ray J?
Oh, me, but not anymore. We're totally finished.
Okay, I'm gonna need a chart to keep track of all this.
No, you don't. I brought one for you.
Kris Jenner, their momager, I think she might have coined that phrase. Sometimes she gets a bad rap for, putting her kids out there in such a commercial way, but would they have the same level of success if their mother hadn't been Kris Jenner?
Kim has seemingly been groomed for stardom since an early age.
I did always think she would be famous one day, and she actually predicted that herself. I've seen videotapes of her at birthday parties where she, at age of 13 or 14, she's looking into the camera and saying, "I'm going to be a movie star one day." And she called that.
However, Kim's career and the family's TV project is threatened by scandal when Kim and Ray J's sex tape is mysteriously leaked in early 2007. Ray J will later state that he gave the tape to Kim and claims that Kim tells him it got lost during a move.
People are so fascinated not only with the tape itself, but the frenzy that the tape created.
It has never been confirmed just who leaked the sex tape.
There was a lot of speculation that Kim and Chris had strategically released the sex tape because they had seen what had happened with Paris Hilton and how she'd become famous after a sex tape was released. And the timing was perfect. They were negotiating a new TV show.
Ray J, no, I didn't. That's a lie. Do you know what this is gonna do to me? Oh, Kim, I'm so embarrassed.
Sweetie, it's not the end of the world.
Mom, anyone can go online and watch me having sex.
The owner of Vivid Entertainment, the distributor of the sex tape, will later claim that neither Kim Kardashian nor Kris Jenner were involved in the early stages of selling the video.
She tried to stop the tape from being distributed to the public.
But Kim eventually sells her rights to the sex tape footage.
It's rumored that she was paid up to about $5 million in exchange for agreeing not to pursue legal action.
So she and her mother find a way to take control, take back the shots. They end up making more money than porn stars could even dream about.
Kim Kardashian's sex tape will eventually become the most watched X-rated video of all time. With the sex tape comes new notoriety for Kim.
All of a sudden, people know her by name. Granted, they know her as that girl from Ray J's sex tape, Kim, but people are starting to realize who she is.
She could have buried her head in the sand, but instead she took the biggest basket of lemons and turned it into a big old batch of lemonade. I mean, you can either make it work for you or against you, and she made it work for her.
But will this notoriety hinder Kim and the family shot at television?
This was a bit of a double-edged sword for E back then, because you have someone who now everyone has heard of, but do you want to deal with why everyone has heard of her?
Ray J, no, I didn't.
Kim Kardashian's leaked sex tape brings her a level of notoriety that jeopardizes her family's In the Works reality show.
Not every advertiser is going to want to buy an ad on a show that stars someone who's famous for being in a sex tape, but at the same time, advertisers do like shows where you're dealing with someone famous.
But Ryan Seacrest takes the gamble, and the E! Network begins production on the series Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I remember thinking, do they really give Paris Hilton's friend her own show? Oh, wait, that's OJ's lawyer's family. Like, it was a weird realization to think about that.
Every week, Kim, her mother, and her sisters share every detail of their lives.
To stay out of our business. She doesn't trust anything that we do.
Well, she's just looking out for us.
I mean, she's totally welcome to do that. She just can't interfere with everything that we do.
And cut. Guys, that was great.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians premieres on October 14th, 2007, and is an instant hit.
At first, the show was just this bizarre look into the lives of people who were on TV because they were famous. The family made no effort whatsoever to make their lives look perfect. They were a train wreck on television, which made them endearing.
Fans felt like they were getting a backstage pass to all the drama in the family. And before you knew it, they were on the cover of every tabloid magazine.
Seeing what this family has done with that, I think they probably would have landed their own reality show even without the sex tape. These are smart, driven people who were willing to share their lives.
The frenzy surrounding the Kardashians grows with every season, and Kim makes sure that everything she does gets attention.
She bared her body again, but this time in the pages of Playboy magazine. Kim Kardashian had become America's newest sexy star.
In February 2011, Kim begins dating NBA player Kris Humphries. After only 3 months, Humphries decides to take their relationship to a new level in a special episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
This is the biggest moment of my life, and it's very nerve-wracking. I chose her bedroom to ask her to marry her there because to me, our love is simple, and I didn't want, like, all the distractions and everything crazy going around. I just wanted it to be in her home, quiet and perfect.
This is the moment that every girl dreams of her whole life. You're crazy.
I love you. You marry me.
Oh my God. Oh my God, yes. My hands are shaking. I'm seriously speechless. It's so beautiful. It's so sweet. I just think Kris is so nervous.
This is so crazy.
This is perfect.
You're perfect.
Oh my God, we're engaged.
We're engaged!
How'd I do?
Not bad for 2 takes.
So you liked it?
Yeah.
I just really wish we could have done this in like a romantic restaurant.
It's too crazy to clear out a 5-star restaurant. This was easier.
Why in the middle of the afternoon?
I told you, there's nothing like natural lighting. Hey, it was perfect.
Okay.
I loved it.
I think it's really interesting because at the time that Kim and Kris were together, she was at the height of her fame. She was at the peak. She had high ratings. The world was watching. They had spin-offs, they had products, they had weight loss pills. The Kardashian legacy had become that of a legacy.
On August 20th, 2011, Kim and Kris marry in a record-breaking wedding televised on E!
Like any young girl has dreams of growing up and becoming a bride, Kim got it stuck in her head that she had to be married. And I think Kris Humphries just happened to be the man standing there that fit the suit.
Even if it wasn't intended for publicity, they certainly knew what they were doing with the timing. You know, it was kind of like this perfect fairy tale of Kim finally finds love.
But it doesn't take long before signs of incompatibility start to show.
I think that probably the pressure from having to constantly create reality TV show content got to the best of them, and ultimately, you know, the truth came to the surface.
She had some doubts at the time about the marriage, but she thought it was nerves about the show, not nerves about the relationship.
It's alleged that Kim confides her doubts with her reality show's producer and close friend, Ryan Seacrest.
Kim, how's my favorite newlywed?
Not good.
What's the matter?
It's not working, Ryan.
What's not working?
The marriage. But there were so many people counting on me, and then the show.
Kim, I told you all along, don't worry about the show. The show will take care of itself.
What am I supposed to do? It's only been 48 hours, and the thought of being with him for the rest of my life, it just...
Listen, don't worry about me, the show, or anything else. If you're that unhappy, you need to get out as soon as possible. Kim, what's most important is that you take care of yourself.
Thanks, Ryan. That means a lot.
At one point, even producers were like, you don't have to do this. But she thought she wanted to, and she didn't want to back out because she thought if she backed out, people would assume that she had faked the whole thing for the show.
In October 2011, after only 72 days of marriage, Kim files for divorce.
I think Kim loved the idea of Kris, but if you watch a lot of the footage when Kris and Kim were together, he didn't seem like he was the nicest person to her. He was always seemed a little bit condescending, and she seemed sort of like a sweeter girl that wants somebody in her life that was a little bit kinder.
Many people thought that the whole marriage was a publicity stunt that Kim and her momager, Kris, had dreamed up. But Kim, of course, denied that.
I don't think it was staged for ratings. I don't think she did it for money. I think she did it for this idea that it was time for her to get married and start making a family. She was in love with the idea of marriage, not necessarily in love with Chris.
It's insane to think that somebody who really doesn't need more attention would put themselves through something like that just to get more attention.
Not long after her divorce, Kim Kardashian is approached by longtime friend, rap star Kanye West.
Your dress is amazing.
Thank you.
Is it Prada?
It is. How'd you know?
I saw it in the fashion show.
Oh.
I'll catch you later, girl.
I'll see you later.
Hey, what's up, Kim?
Hey, Kanye.
So you having fun yet?
I am now.
They were like silly school kids crushing on each other, but they genuinely fell in love.
Kim becomes pregnant with she and Kanye's first child, a daughter whom they name North.
It seems like they do have a genuine bond and relationship when they are together. A lot of times, if you look at the paparazzi photos or even candid photos that other people from social media will post at events, it seems like they are very attracted to each other, and they're both narcissists in their own way.
After baby Northwest arrives, they marry in a lavish Italian wedding in May 2014.
Their millions of Twitter followers are obsessed with this new power couple called Kimye, and their wedding photos break Instagram records.
In the following years, Kim and Kanye have a son they name Saint and move into their $60 million dream home. Kim's lavish life continues to flourish on social media, as does her net worth.
It's interesting because we don't see a lot of the kids on the TV show. We may see them here or there, or they may talk about their children's clothing line, but Kim sort of keeps the kids off the reality show as far as her parenting skills are concerned, and I mean, those kids must be living a pretty good life. And North is so cute, and her style is like insane. I love North.
In October of 2016, Kim and her sisters attend Paris Fashion Week. They are greeted with designer fittings, multi-million-dollar jewels, and paparazzi.
Kanye was on tour. Kim was kind of doing her fashion thing, but there hadn't been a Kim Kardashian scandal in quite some time.
The Kardashians are treated like royalty, and Kim documents it all on Snapchat and Instagram for the whole world to envy.
Would you give all your friends on social media a key to your home? Because basically that's what social media creates, is an entree into someone's life.
On their last night in Paris, Kim opts to remain in their apartment, alone, while her sisters are out. Kim posts selfies on her social media adorned in her lavish jewelry. Kim Kardashian reigns over a social media empire with an international reach.
A lot of people criticize Kim for being rich and famous and having no talent, but look at what she's done with social media. She doesn't dance, she doesn't act, but the way she's turned just living a very beautiful life, a very rich life, into an even richer life, that takes a lot of talent.
The Kardashians, that's their thing. They post everything. It's a roadmap to rob me, and that was the fatal mistake.
In October 2016, Kim and her sisters are in Paris for Fashion Week. Around 2:30 a.m. on the night of October 3rd, 3 men dressed as police show up at Kim's private rental apartment, demanding entry.
Oui, bonjour.
Hey, contrôle! Oh mon Dieu! Contrôle! Les caméras de sécurité, hein? Il y en a pas, hein? Elles sont où? Il y en a pas. Tu te fous de ma gueule? Non. Il y a combien de chambres dans cet hôtel? T'as 11. 11, oui. Mais c'est bien, on va toutes se les faire, hein?
Les mecs encore. Oh, il est où? Il est où?
Bah, le rapport est pas là. Il est pas là.
Je sais pas, aidez-moi. Ça va?
Elle est dans le Sweet Sky. Eh ben, tu vas nous y emmener, hein? Va chercher les clés. Va chercher les clés! Hey, toi, tu gardes la porte. Dépêche-toi! Dépêche-toi!
Meanwhile, in her suite on the 11th floor, Kim is unaware of the nightmare heading her way.
Hello? Courtney?
The armed intruders wrestle Kim's cell phone away from her. Hysterical, she doesn't understand the masked men screaming at her in French. Based on Kim's account, the men demand jewelry that they've seen in her Instagram posts.
I saw the description of the jewelry they took, and it was all top designer jewelry outside of the $5 million or $4 million ring that they stole. Everything was absolutely designer quality.
Des bijoux, quelque chose. Jewelry.
It's all in there.
T'as un bag ailleurs.
They're gonna kill us. I don't want to die.
Okay.
I'm a mom. I have babies.
Me too.
I don't
To hear her say that she was saying, please don't kill me, I have babies, as a mother, that just rattled me.
What can she do? If she runs for it, they might shoot her.
It doesn't make sense to fight it because you're not in a position to win that argument at all. All you can do is get hurt.
Kim's mouth is taped shut, along with her wrists and both of her ankles.
At this point, she doesn't know anything. Are they gonna rape her, kill her, or both?
It was horrifying. They taped her mouth shut, they tied up her hands and feet.
Allez, c'est bon, prends-la. Prends-la. Allez.
The men lift Kim from the bed and carry her into the bathroom. Kim has a second phone, which goes unnoticed by the intruders.
Lève-toi, quoi. Dépêche-toi, lève-toi. Lève-toi. Putain, dépêche-toi. Dépêche-toi. Là, par terre.
Unexpectedly, Kim's second phone begins to ring.
Oh, vous savez qui est en train d'appeler, là? Hein? C'est son garde du corps. Et si elle répond pas, bah, il peut aider avec la police, hein?
The call is from Kim's bodyguard.
Et on se casse.
Realizing authorities may soon be on their way, the armed men grab the bounty and make their getaway.
Are you all right, madame?
In the blink of an eye, the men are gone.
The thieves have taken Kim's $4 million ring, plus other merchandise worth millions of dollars. Kim runs downstairs to find her friend and stylist Simone Harouche, whom upon hearing the commotion upstairs, had locked herself in a bathroom. Simone has already called Kim's sister Courtney and their bodyguard, possibly prompting the phone call which had scared off the criminals. When Kim's sisters Courtney and Kendall return to the apartment, Kim is in a state of shock.
Kim? What? Honey, are you okay? Oh my God. Okay, I'll be right there, sweetie. Hold on.
Kanye's in the middle of his concert in New York City, and that's when he gets the call, so of course he rushes out to go be by his wife's side. Kim is so traumatized, she had to leave Paris almost immediately.
The victim of a violent robbery, Kim Kardashian returns home to heal at her New York apartment, but she is forced to battle a media frenzy.
Kim was completely petrified. She had to step away from social media, stepped away from the show.
I promise I'll never let anything happen to you again. Ever.
After the Paris robbery, people started speculating that this was either an inside job or some sort of publicity stunt.
What was crazy was at the time in Paris and London, you know, it's sort of like this running joke that when celebrities come overseas, people play pranks on them. You know, we see a lot of these paparazzi shots where these type of things happen. And there was even somebody that did it to Kim where they ran up on her and grabbed her and were pulling her just as a joke. So I think that, you know, when this whole thing had come out about the Paris robbery, a lot of people thought, oh, this is just another European joke on a celebrity, but this was really real.
When news of the Paris robbery first hit, at first I felt, just how horrible that is to really think your life is in jeopardy, that you might die at the hands of these robbers. And I was appalled when people started accusing Kim of staging a publicity stunt. That's just something you don't joke about.
Why would she do that? It's stupid. She's not stupid. She doesn't need the insurance money. She doesn't need the attention. Why would she put herself and the people around her through that?
People even tried to make money off of it by selling Halloween costumes on the internet.
I was appalled for her and felt so bad that she had to defend herself and almost say, to everyone, I'm not making this up. This really happened to me. So it was almost a double trauma that she had to go through.
It blows my mind, the things that people come up with to try to tear people down out of jealousy.
Stricken with anxiety, Kim gives up social media and can barely leave her house. The most prolific self-promoter on the planet has become a recluse.
Kim learned a lot, and she made a lot of big changes. She stopped putting on social media every place that she was going to go. And then she also focused on the things that mattered the most to her.
After laying low for almost a year, Kim Kardashian makes a comeback and, with renewed energy, begins to build an empire like no other.
Her taking a minute to step away and not only isolate herself, but reevaluate what was important to her life was a wake-up call, not only for a lot of people, but for people that loved Kim.
Kim's got a very brilliant business mind. She doesn't follow trends, she sets the trends. It's whatever she sets her mind to, she does it so well, she ends up doing it better than anyone else that you almost think, oh, she invented that. Kim has made a big career off of perfecting the selfie. In fact, she did a whole book on selfies. I mean, she's just a genius.
Despite embarrassing scandals, failed romances, and a traumatizing event, Kim Kardashian is able to stay at the top of the celebrity A-list, with millions of fans around the world.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
You are so sweet. Thank you. What's your name?
Bianca.
If you had told me a decade ago that Kim Kardashian would be worth reportedly $175 million, there's no way I would have believed you. How does she get there just by being herself?
I wish I could be just like you.
You are so pretty. Just be yourself. You'll be fine, okay?
Okay.
There's no denying her physical beauty. I mean, she's just stunningly gorgeous, and people want to look like her. They want to do the same contour makeup that she uses. They want to smell like her. They buy her perfumes.
They've got a kids' clothing line. She's got a makeup line. She has an app that requires a monthly subscription. She really took advantage of the situation and was smart about it and built it into something much more than just a TV show.
And Keeping Up with the Kardashians continues to be a ratings juggernaut.
The show can be seen in more than 150 countries.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians spawns almost a dozen spin-offs and is one of the top-rated shows on E!
What started as a show about a family that, maybe people had heard of is now this crazy behemoth of a reality series. Like, the audience has kept their focus so squarely on the Kardashians that no other show has been able to sufficiently distract them. That's kind of crazy.
Kim and husband Kanye continue to make news and turn heads by posting risque photos of Kim online. In April of 2018, they post a topless photo of Kim that gets millions of likes. Kim and Kanye welcomed their third child into the world in early 2018. Naming her Chicago West.
Kim absolutely loves having babies. She had Norris, she had Saint. I don't know if she's done with 3. Kim is from a big family. I think she wants more babies.
One of the things that'll be really interesting to watch is what Kim and Kanye's kids do, because they've got a head start. They're born famous. That'll be really fun to watch.
There's always this feeling that the next scandal isn't that far off for Kim Kardashian. And when it happens, she'll turn it into gold.